Here's a shocking fact that most people don't want to hear. 97% of investors lose money. Let that sink in. Imagine walking into a room with 100 people, all ready to invest. After a few years, only 3 of them will actually come out ahead. The other 97? They'll lose. Some will lose a little, some will lose everything. So the question is, why? Is the market rigged? Do you have to be born rich to succeed? Do you need some secret insider information to win? The truth is much simpler. Most people who lose money do it to themselves. They make the same mistakes over and over again. Investing with no plan, letting their emotions run the show, following hype instead of logic, and giving up too soon. Here's the crazy part. The stock market itself, over the long term, tends to go up. History shows that. So why do almost all small investors still lose? Because instead of using the market as a tool, they treat it like a casino. They chase fast money, panic when things drop, and copy what everyone else is doing. And that behavior almost guarantees failure. But here's the good news. You don't have to be part of that 97%. If you understand the traps, if you know the psychology behind why most people fail, and if you learn the simple strategies that successful investors use, you can flip the script. You can be one of the few who actually grows wealth year after year. Welcome to Smart Money Daily, the channel where we break down money and investing into simple, practical steps so you can save more, invest smarter, and create real financial freedom. In today's video, we're diving deep into why 97% of investors lose money, and more importantly, how you can avoid their mistakes and escape the cycle of failure. The first big reason why 97% of investors lose money is because they don't have a plan. They treat investing like gambling. They throw money into whatever stock is trending, whatever their friend told them about, or whatever they saw on social media, and they hope it magically goes up. That's not investing. That's luck. And luck always runs out. Here's the thing. Successful investors know exactly what they're aiming for. They set goals. Are they investing for retirement? For financial freedom in 10 years? For their kids' college? Without a clear goal, you can't build a strategy. But poor investors skip this step. They just chase quick wins, and in the end, they lose. Take this example. Person A puts $1,000 into a stock because it's hot. They don't research the company, they don't understand the risks, and they have no plan for when to sell. The stock drops 20%, they panic, they sell, and they lose $200 instantly. Person B takes the same $1,000 and invests it in an index fund as part of a long-term strategy. They don't freak out when it dips, because they know the plan is to hold for years. Fast forward 10 years, Person B has turned their $1,000 into $2,000 or more. Person A? Still chasing the next shiny stock. And here's the sad truth. Most investors act like Person A. They don't study. They don't plan. They don't even ask themselves simple questions like, what's my exit strategy? They just jump in and hope for the best. That's why they lose. If you want to win in investing, you need a plan. Know your goals. Know your risk tolerance. Know how long you're willing to stay invested. Without those things, you're just gambling, and the house always wins. The second big reason why 97% of investors lose money is because they let their emotions control their decisions. And in investing, there are 2 emotions that destroy wealth more than anything else: fear and greed. Let's start with fear. Imagine you've invested $1,000 in the stock market. Suddenly, the market drops by 10%. Your $1,000 is now $900. What do most people do? They panic. They sell everything to protect themselves. But here's the irony. The moment they sell, they lock in their loss. If the market recovers a few weeks later, they miss out completely. Fear causes them to buy high and sell low, the exact opposite of what smart investors do. Now let's talk about greed. Greed is what makes people chase quick money. They see a stock going up, and instead of asking if it's a good investment, they jump in because they don't want to miss out. This is called FOMO, fear of missing out. But when everyone is greedy, prices usually get inflated. And when the bubble pops, they lose everything. History is full of these examples. The dot-com bubble in the early 2000s, the housing crash in 2008, meme stocks and crypto hype more recently. Every time, the same pattern repeats. Ordinary investors get greedy, pile in at the top, then panic when prices fall. The wealthy, on the other hand, stay calm. They don't chase trends, and they don't panic sell. They stick to their plan. Here's the truth. Your emotions will always try to trick you. Your brain is wired to avoid pain and chase pleasure, which makes you terrible at handling money in the short term. If you want to succeed, you need to control your emotions, not let your emotions control your money. The market rewards patience and discipline. If you can't stay calm when things go down, you'll always end up in the 97% who lose. But if you can learn to manage fear and resist greed, you give yourself the chance to be in the winning 3%. The third major reason why 97% of investors lose money is because they have no patience. They quit too soon. Here's the reality. The stock market has always gone up over the long term. Yes, there are crashes, dips, and scary headlines. But zoom out and look at history. The trend is always upward. Yet most investors can't wait. They want results now. They want to double their money in a few months. And when that doesn't happen, they give up. Think about it. If you invest $500 in an index fund today, you might see small growth in a year. Maybe 5 to 7%. That's not exciting. But compound that growth for 10, 20, 30 years, and that $500 turns into thousands. That's how real wealth is built. Slowly, steadily, over time. But here's what happens with most people. They invest, they wait a few months, and if they don't see huge returns, they pull their money out. Or worse, they compare themselves to others who got rich quick on some risky stock or crypto. They feel left behind, so they give up on the slow, steady path that actually works. This is why Warren Buffett, one of the richest investors in history, always says, "The stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient." And he's right. The 97% who lose are the impatient ones. The 3% who win are the ones who hold, who stay consistent, who ignore the noise. Patience isn't sexy. It doesn't get headlines. But it works. The investors who quit too soon never give compounding a chance to do its magic. They plant the seed, but instead of watering it for years, they rip it out of the ground after a few months and wonder why they don't have a tree. If you want to escape the 97%, you must build patience. Stop thinking in days and weeks. Start thinking in years and decades. Because wealth doesn't come to the fastest. It comes to the most consistent. So now we know the 3 big reasons why 97% of investors lose money. They gamble without a plan, they let fear and greed control them, and they quit too soon. But here's the most important part of this video. You don't have to be one of them. Escaping the 97% is about doing the opposite of what most people do. Step 1. Have a plan. Don't just throw money into random stocks. Define your goals. Are you investing for retirement? For financial freedom in 10 years? Know your target, then choose investments that match. Step 2. Control your emotions. The market will rise and fall, sometimes violently. But if you let panic or greed decide for you, you'll lose every time. Train yourself to stay calm when everyone else is scared, and to stay disciplined when everyone else is greedy. Step 3. Be patient. Investing is not a get-rich-quick game. It's about letting compound interest do its magic over years and decades. Plant the seeds now and give them time to grow. Remember, the winners are not the fastest, but the most consistent. Now picture yourself in the future. 1 year from now, you've built the habit of investing with discipline. 5 years from now, your money is growing and you feel in control. 10 years from now, you're in the top 3%, not because you got lucky, but because you followed the rules that actually work. Here's the truth. Wealth isn't built by chance. It's built by choices. And you have the power to make those choices starting today. So here's my challenge to you. Don't just click away and forget this video. Take one action today. Create a simple plan, open an investment account, set up an automatic transfer, or commit to learning more. Whatever it is, start now. And if you're serious about becoming part of the 3% who win, hit that subscribe button right now and join us here at Smart Money Daily. Every day, we share real, practical tips to help you save more, invest smarter, and build the financial freedom you deserve. Don't miss the next video. It could be the one that changes your financial life. Remember, the market doesn't make most people lose money. Their own decisions do. Make better decisions, and you'll be on your way to the winning side.